I'm a bum, I'm a trash can, and Caitlin Clark just gave me the biggest pounding of my life. She owns me and my trash ass in every way possible. I'm so jealous of her. I flopped and tried to start a fake fight because I wanted some attention on Angel Reese. Caitlin was stealing all the attention today because she cooked me again. Of course, I had to stat pad by rebounding my own misses as usual.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, it is a final against the Chicago Sky, and it was the worst nightmare that the Chicago Sky Angel Reese could have possibly imagined. Angel Reese, boy, she's ate up with class, is she not? Wow.
I could see the WNBA stands getting into formation, getting ready to go to war for their favorite player.
Picture this. Caitlin Clark just drained a buzzer-beating three-pointer, sending the crowd into a frenzy. Moments later, Angel Reese reacts in a way that has everyone second-guessing her intentions. The Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky clashed, not just in basketball. Imagine a crowded arena where every performance is greeted with tremendous applause. You could feel the intensity on the court, and the stakes felt more than usual. It was clear from the first quarter that this would not be just another game. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, two players who seem to be linked every time they play each other, were the focus of attention. However, it was a moment that left everyone wondering whether it was simply rivalry or something more personal that sparked the conflict.
Standard operating procedure foul. ESPN, your anti-Caitlin Clark agenda on full display. Going on and on about how that needs to be a flagrant foul. You didn't say a word about a flagrant foul prior to going to break, by the way, after the supposed hard foul. I mean, with some LeBron James looking flops if I ever saw them. By the way, Caitlin Clark, a triple-double. 20 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. Aaliyah Boston, 13 rebounds, 19 points. Natasha Howard, 15 points. Kelsey Mitchell, 15 points. Angel Reese, 17 boards, 12 points, and a losing effort. What do you guys always hear me say on this channel? Just about like clockwork, if she gets a double-double, they're going to lose the game. They're going to lose the game. She shot 35% from the field.
Angel Reese's heated outburst during a play involving Caitlin Clark was one of the game's defining moments. This channel's anchor did not mince words when he described Reese as the most petty and severable athlete in sports right now.
I'm a bum, I'm a trash can, and Caitlin Clark just gave me the biggest pounding of my life. She owns me and my trash ass in every way possible. I'm so jealous of her. I flopped and tried to start a fake fight because I wanted some attention on Angel Reese. Caitlin was stealing all the attention today because she cooked me again. Of course, I had to stat pad by rebounding my own misses as usual.
Although it's tough to ignore the context, that's a strong opinion. Reese, who finished with 17 rebounds, was angry throughout the game because Clark's presence overshadowed all other activities on the court. Was her response the conclusion of her irritation at being outshined, or was it envy, as others had suggested?
So let's talk about Caitlin Clark's hard foul on Angel Reese. Now, when I saw this live, I was literally screaming no. I was like, not again. I was speechless. Like, you guys can see me on the live. I'm just like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Another year of this fabricated rivalry just because of a basketball play. I could see the think pieces being written. I could hear Stephen A on First Take. I could see all of the podcasters grabbing their mic. I could see the WNBA stands getting into formation, getting ready to go to war for their favorite player.
Since that's where things really start to get up, let's talk about Caitlin Clark's performance. Clark was conducting what could only be characterized as a basketball clinic, as Reese worked hard beneath the basket. A triple-double requires 20 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds, and Clark made certain that everyone in the building knew she was in charge. One particular play, a shot blocked by Clark, exacerbated Reese's situation. It seemed like a proclamation at the time. It was a basic defense that set the tone for their battle. It was neither flashy nor grandiose. As the announcer pointed out, Caitlin Clark blocks Angel Reese's 4-foot two-point shot, which aptly represented the skill gap in this contest. The media did little to improve the situation. ESPN's coverage heightened the emotional component of the game, prompting charges of favoritism. The host fanned concerns that the network was unduly reliant on the rivalry narrative by highlighting what they called a anti-Caitlin Clark agenda. Regardless of whether that is true or not, one thing is certain. Reese's emotional reaction only fueled the fire when Caitlin Clark allowed her game to speak for itself. However, However, how did Caitlin Clark's outstanding performance contribute to the Fever's decisive victory? The true story is revealed there. Caitlin Clark took charge instead of simply showing up. She was definitely focused from the outset, but the real fireworks occurred shortly before halftime. Clark hit a buzzer-beating three-pointer with the clock running out, sending the crowd into a frenzy. Such moments not only energize a player, but they also set the tone for the entire team. With the enthusiasm Clark supplied, the Fever emerged from the break with confidence and never looked back. The host commented, "My goodness, that was Caitlin Clark's first one of the year." However, her triple-double consisted of more than just one shot. It served as the foundation of Indiana's team dominance. Clark's numbers were not the only factor that contributed to this landslide triumph. Players that made notable contributions were Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, and Kelsey Mitchell. Boston provided the Fever with the necessary tenacity in the paint, scoring 19 points and grabbing 13 rebounds. Chicago was under siege throughout the night due to Howard and Mitchell's 15 points each. The difficulty was that Clark was setting the framework for everyone else, while also benefiting herself. A beautiful pass to Boston earned her 10th assist, turning a decent double-double into a remarkable triple-double. Because of this, the Fever were not only good, but also indestructible in this game. Why did this seem even more bizarre? Aside from the court, there were other stakes. Consider making a significant return after investing $25,000 in a player's stats before a game. Dave Portnoy bet on Clark to record a triple-double, and he did just that. And you know what? He carried $350,000 with him. Dave Portnoy won $350,000 after betting $25,000 on Caitlin Clark's triple-double just before tip-off. Even many outside the WNBA knew Clark was going to dominate that night, and the gamble came off handsomely. What about the throng? Completely electric. The venue was packed with over 17,000 fans, and the anticipation was apparent every time Clark had the ball. When she scored, the crowd went crazy. You could hear the awe when she grabbed rebounds or made incredible passes. This game, which has 17,274 fans, is what a sellout looks like, and it was fully sold out. It was packed, the announcer told us. These performances not only win games, but they also create long-lasting memories. What is the greater story then? Is Clark's cool-headed demeanor or Reese's inner turmoil in the spotlight? The game may have shaped their future rivalry. Does Clark already symbolize the WNBA's future, or is this only the beginning? Caitlin Clark's game against the Chicago Sky was not only great, but it also delivered a powerful message. Her triple-double of 20 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds showcased her ability to command the court and produce under pressure. This was done to convey that she is ready to leave her mark on the WNBA, not to brag about her stats. What does this mean for the league, however? Will her conflict with Angel Reese impact future fights, or is Clark's dominance the major draw right now? How far can Clark go, and will Reese be able to respond in their forthcoming match? Tell me in the comments. This is just the beginning.